Station 13. There were also women looking on from a distance. Among them were Mary Magdalene, and Mary the mother of James the younger and of Joses, and Salome. These used to follow him and provided for him when he was in Galilee, and there were many other women who had come up with him to Jerusalem.
My mouth is dried up like a potsherd, and my tongue sticks to my jaws. You lay me in the dust of death.
I was a friend of Jesus, but I didn't start out as one. I hated him when I first met him. My name? Martha. He changed my life. I was a bitter woman, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I know I was angry and spoilt. I always thought I knew best. People did what I wanted, or I'd throw a tantrum. I liked to think I was doing them a favour. Liked to be busy, always organising everything, always in charge. But really, people resented me. They talked about me behind my back, if they couldn't say it to my face. I was a bully to my sister. I made her life hell. Most people cowered away from me. I had that power. I could control them. They respected me, but they also hated me. He got the measure of me the first time I met him. He knew immediately what I was like. He was the one I couldn't control. I tried, of course. Tried to use the guilt tactics that were usually so effective. Don't you care that I'm doing all this work? Don't you care that Mary is just sitting here, staring at you with wide eyes, while I fuss around, making everyone feel uncomfortable, while I make the whole room feel awkward? But it made no difference to him. Mary has chosen the better part, was all he said. That floored me. Most people didn't answer me back. They wouldn't have dared. I hated how much he was the centre of attention. That's where I like to be. But his words melted my soul. And the touch of his hand on my arm was peace. Deep peace. Not like the transitory relief of a tranquilizer. That's just numbness, an escape from reality. This was a healing, a restoring. But it also meant I realised what I was, what I'd been doing. After Zacchaeus met Jesus, he gave most of his money away. He righted wrongs, paid double to people he'd swindled. That was hard, but in many ways my road was much harder. I somehow had to repair the psychological damage I'd done to people. I had to convince people I was different. It wasn't easy. People take a long time to change their opinion of you. It's strongly fixed. But I did change. And when I'd changed, I found I loved speaking to him. It wasn't like talking to anyone else. He always had a different way of looking at things. He was a good friend to me and my brother and sister. He stayed with us in Bethany whenever he was near Jerusalem. One time we were talking late into the night, and he said to me, "I am the resurrection and the life." He asked me if I believed him. And I did. I truly did. I remembered that on that terrible day. The day they took his limp, lifeless body down from that brutal cross. I had given up everything for him. I had changed beyond my imagining. I had given him my soul. But through my tears, all I could see was his poor, battered body, lying on the bones of the countless other victims who had suffered in that awful place. We could only stand and watch, me and the other women, grateful that at least Joseph would give him a dignified burial. The resurrection and the life, he had told me. But all I could see was his bruised, bloody corpse. All I could see were his lifeless eyes staring at me. I stood and watched as the sky blackened, as the rain began to fall. Only a couple of soldiers left now, and Joseph's servants lifting the body onto a stretcher. Soon there would be no one left. The world was moving on. People had other things to do, appointments to keep, business to attend to. I could only stand and watch. I had changed, but now I had lost everything. Where was this resurrection? Where was this life?